All right, also from Noops Nation, my name is Reid Nelson. This is Izzy Alcafas. This is This Week in Rec, Week 3. A nice amount of things to discuss tonight. How are you? How are you feeling?
Good.
Feeling well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks. So, let's rewind last night. Bloomington South. A lot of naughty gentlemen last night. A lot of rough stuff.
Well,
Stuff we're not real big fans of. But okay, so let's talk first about topic A. Paul Ferber and the Rebels defeat Quentin Brown and them. A couple of ejections, a couple of technicals, nine technicals. Some people know this already. Quentin Brown has been suspended for 2 games.
okay.
He'll return next Thursday night here in Fridley. Paul Ferber indefinitely for throwing an elbow at Anthony Thompson. Players Committee is going to discuss. I was not in the building, so I don't like commenting on it because I wasn't in the building, but I've heard enough tonight. What have you heard?
Oh, I mean, multiple people on separate occasions bringing it up. So there is video. So I'm assuming maybe. So pending. So I think that would shed a lot of light on it. But it's not the first time Paul's thrown an elbow. So I think this is maybe if we set the precedence that it's not going to be accepted, he'll stop. But until we drop the hammer on him, he's going to keep doing it.
If I got to dig up video at the corporate office, that's a lot of extra work for me, and that actually really angers me.
Yeah.
So that almost makes me want to make the suspension more. But it's not up to me.
Yeah.
I'm going with Aaron, going with the Players Committee. They decide.
There were committee members there that saw it.
And this isn't his first merry-go-round either.
No, not at all. I don't think he's been suspended more than a game.
2 games last time.
2 games last time?
2 games last time. Because
So
I remember I had to talk to Joe Neuenfeld about it for 45 minutes.
Well, you're probably going to have to talk to him for an hour and a half.
Joe can call Aaron. So the schedule makers also will not be scheduling them and the Rebels anymore.
No, you have to.
No, you don't have to. They're just not going to play each other because they can't handle it.
This is good.
No. Here's the thing.
Good. This is
extra work.
Yeah, but it's good for
like
drama
extra
for the
work.
league. You need drama in the league. Them and Rebels should be marquee week 8. Actually, no, just make it week 1 so you get the suspensions out of the way.
Week 8 has always been kind of a down week that I don't like putting marquee games on. I think 4, 5, 6, 7 are good times, but I think they need a break from each other. Personally,
I don't. I think this is good.
Should we schedule Rebels versus them every season? Should we just schedule them every game?
Yeah.
Just suspend the whole team.
No rosters by the end of it.
Okay, so moving on. Bulls South lose to the Goodfellas. Goodfellas had a rough start to their season, but a couple people have said Bulls South were overrated. Are they?
Yeah, I had them at 9. I'm shocked that they were 4th in the committee rank. I don't know what the draw is with the Bulls being at 4, but they proved that they're not worth the 4 seed.
How much credit does a team like the Bulls or the Celtics or 5-5 with a team name like that get? I think they get a lot.
Yeah, they get the benefit of the doubt over other teams. Definitely.
Teams like Malice, who are undefeated.
Yeah, who beat Fob.
Which we'll get to in a bit.
Yeah, and Malice will obviously get bumped up. They'll move into the top 5, likely 4th. I think Malice will go to 4. And yeah, the name. This has been like this since the league started. The name on the jersey matters. That you get the benefit of the doubt. These other teams that are created have to earn their stripes, I guess.
Rid Show 2.0 or Riddlers. I like the name Riddlers. What's with Rid Show 2.0? Do we know yet?
Well, I think because Rel isn't playing, they don't want to steal the Rid because it's his franchise. So I don't know. They went away from the sock dumpers. That's kind of weird. Rid Show 2.0. I actually kind of like it. It's got a good ring.
Ebling is tossed yesterday. It was a great night. They lose to the Gorillas. They were the 5 seed, maybe?
I think there were 6.
Regardless, they lose. The Gorillas, undefeated. How are they looking this season?
Much better. It was relatively easy work for them on Wednesday or yesterday. The ball's moving a lot better, and the defensive intensity's there. We're missing Ratty, so it's when Ratty comes back, does he? Is he the cause? We don't know. We'll find out when he returns. But I expect us to keep clicking all cylinders. I don't think Ratty's the cog kind of holding everything down.
You backed out of that one real quickly.
No, we don't know. We'll find out, right? I mean,
sure.
I don't think one guy is going to completely ruin the entire. I think it's more got our ass kicked last season, and fresh season. Everybody's kind of grinding out now.
We talked about Malice a lot in week 1. They are a kind of a hodgepodge group of great guys, but they're undefeated now. They beat Fob 5 tonight. Is this a team that you think they're going to go up to 4 in the rankings? Yeah. This is a Final Four team?
No, they're not, because they play with too much emotion, and those swings, the emotional swings, especially having a guy like Calvin on your team, it can really destroy, I guess you can call it the clubhouse. But when things are going well for Calvin, it's good. When things start going poorly for Calvin, he brings his entire team down. And I actually think they benefited from not having Quentin Brown here because he dominates the ball. Well, Calvin had a hell of a game, and he was dominating the ball tonight. So if Quentin shows up, Calvin's not getting all those buckets that he was getting and putting all that pressure on that Fob defense. So maybe that technical or the ejection and the suspension was a blessing for them in disguise.
Speaking of Calvin, the best-dressed man in Ultimate Hoops, what was that at the end of the game? And I believe we have video. I know Chris was taping, and I hope he can send it to me. But
that is the screaming and
yes,
yeah, that is an absolute. That's a technical in every.
I thought the same thing.
And I don't know how that's not called. I mean, he was in his face screaming at him. That is an automatic technical. I mean, Amy, I sat next to Amy, and she said that is, I would have absolutely teed him up for that.
And they would have gone to the line, they would have sunk the free throw, and the game would have been over.
Yeah.
Fob 5 would have won.
Yeah.
So if we have the video, we're going to run it now.
I mean, I think it should be discussed because there's a difference between, somebody yelling, just as they're running down the court, yelling, whatever, or making an N1. But when you get into somebody's face and they can smell your shrimp scampi from 2 hours ago, that should be a technical.
Shrimp scampi. I'm hungry.
Well, you assume that he eats well. Right?
I would think so. Okay, we had 2 Chris Webbers tonight, as you called it. So timeouts when they don't have timeouts. Now, the referees gave them the technical and the ball, or they didn't give them the ball? You want to talk about this?
Yeah, just they gave the technical, so 2 shots, and then they kept the possession. So the team that called the timeout actually kept possession. Now, we don't know what the rule is. Garland and Amy.
They didn't know?
They said that it should not change possessions. However, Amy started looking into it more. She looked it up in the rule book, and she was a little confused on whether it is a change of possession or not. Junius said he looked it up. We don't know the source that he found, but he said in the NBA it does not, but in high school and college it does change possession. So it would have changed. Maybe not the last game. I think it was a 9-point game. The Fob game was a 4-point game at that point. So that one with maybe 12 seconds left, so maybe that one not really impacted. But I think moving forward, we need to get the rules straight. And the feedback from the refs is they don't know what rules we're playing. I mean, are we doing high school? Are we doing college? Are we doing a mix of those? It seems like there's a mix of those too. The refs went to Chris, the Fridley coordinator, when that first first timeout without timeouts, and he gave them the answer. What does Chris know?
But at least he gave him the answer.
Well, no, he didn't give him. He just gave them an answer, but he didn't give them the right answer.
How do you know it wasn't the right answer?
It's like me going into a math class and then asking you what the answer for the Pythagorean theorem equation is, and having you answer it just because.
Because I'm there.
Because you're there.
Because I'm the teacher. Yeah, I know what the answer is.
But you're subbing.
When I was region coordinator, I always I always let the refs make the call because I didn't go to ref school. I said that's college rules.
That's the point,
95% of the rules we play by are college.
So what are the 5%?
6 fouls.
Okay.
And then the 5-second rule because we don't have a shot clock.
5 second.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe that's it.
Now I'll say some refs, Calvin and Joel today were calling the 5 seconds at 6 feet, and other refs. No, I'm not. They told me.
I got it.
Yeah, they actually told me it's 6 feet.
Yep.
And other refs, you need to be nuts to butts to get the count. So
bad defense if you were behind somebody, you know.
Nuts to nuts. So you have to be nuts to nuts to get the 5 second count. So I mean, there's every crew is reffing the games differently. They're making. I mean, I think
they do a good job. Can they be better?
No.
Can they be better?
No. It's not.
Yes.
It's not about them. It's can Ultimate Hoops be better in relaying this information and making it cut and dry, so every ref that comes in knows these. Say, hey, okay, we're playing by college rules. Here are the caveats. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think the refs know that.
Well, here's the thing. The rules are on the website, so that has been communicated to the refs.
When you really think the refs are going to go on to leagues.uhlife.com// Alan Reid Nelson enter rules.
This is all getting cut.
Right? No.
This is all getting cut.
No, this is not getting cut out because people need closure on this, and the refs are not going to go to the website to read the stupid rules. Tell them before they get hired or after they get hired.
Okay, so I'm going to take what you're saying to heart, and we're gonna fix it.
Thank you.
Okay, so the national tournament filled up today. 16 teams. Can you believe that? Huh? Pretty cool, huh? Good luck to the Bulls out of Minnesota. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you got to cheer for Minnesota.
Well, this is a Minnesota show, so we can say good luck to the Bulls. Yeah. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to predict that the Illuminati out of Chicago, Illinois is going to win the national tournament.
Why? Because they have Mike Denuno, who scored 128 points on nobody?
Mike Denuno was just added. I made this theory up before that.
Oh, so this is...
They've got a great team.
I will. Are you going to give me a bet that they're not going to win it? I don't even know who they are, but no team out of Chicago is going to win.
Okay. Maybe this makes the show, maybe this doesn't. So we'll see you next week.